He left without saying goodbye. Eleanor sat there in the silence, staring at the closed door, feeling the walls press in tighter than before. Her father coughed. She turned quickly, relief flooding through her, even though she knew better. His eyes were open. Barely, but open. He looked at her with the kind of clarity that only comes right before the end. "Eleanor," he whispered. She moved to his side, taking his hand. It felt like paper. "I'm here, Papa. Don't marry him." "I won't. Promise me." She swallowed hard. "I promise." "You're stronger than you think." His breathing rattled. "Stronger than me." "Don't talk like that." "Someone better will come." His fingers tightened around hers. "Wait for someone who sees you." "Papa, promise." Tears burned her eyes. "I promise." He smiled, barely, then closed his eyes again. She was scraping frost off the inside of the window when she saw the rider. At first she thought she'd imagined it. Nobody traveled during storms like this. Nobody sane, anyway. But the shape moved closer, hunched against the wind, leading a horse that looked half dead from exhaustion. Eleanor grabbed the shotgun from above the door and stepped onto the porch. The cold hit her like a fist. "That's far enough," she shouted over the wind. The rider stopped. Slowly he pulled back his hood. A man, tall, bearded, scarred across one side of his face like something had tried to tear it off years ago. He looked exhausted in a way that went deeper than just the ride. "I need help," he said. His voice was rough, quiet, like he wasn't used to using it much. "I don't have any. My horse is dying." "Then you're both out of luck." He didn't move, just stood there in the snow, staring at her with eyes that looked too tired to lie. "Please." Eleanor's fingers stayed on the trigger. "Who are you?" Gideon Vale. The name meant nothing to her. "Where'd you come from?" He gestured vaguely toward the mountains. "North." "Nobody lives north of here." "I do." She studied him for a long moment. He didn't look like a thief. Didn't carry himself like Silas, all smooth charm hiding rot underneath. He just looked broken. "Barn's around back," she finally said. "You can stay till the storm passes, then you leave." "Thank you." She didn't respond, just watched him lead his horse toward the barn, then went back inside and bolted the door. Her father's breathing sounded worse. "What?" Gideon stayed in the barn for 2 days. Eleanor brought him food once, stale bread and weak coffee, but didn't talk beyond the necessities. He didn't push, just nodded his thanks and went back to tending his horse. On the 3rd day, her father started dying faster. She knew the signs, the breathing that turned shallow and fast, the skin that went gray, the way his eyes didn't quite focus anymore. She sat beside him, helpless, watching the man who raised her slip away inch by inch. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I'm so sorry, Papa." He didn't respond. A knock at the door made her jump. She wiped her eyes quickly, grabbed the shotgun again, and opened it. Gideon stood there, snow covering his shoulders. "I heard you crying." "I wasn't." "I heard you." Eleanor's throat tightened. "What do you want?" "Is he dying?" She didn't answer. Gideon looked past her, into the cabin, at the man lying motionless on the bed. Something shifted in his expression. Recognition, maybe. Grief. "I lost someone too," he said quietly. "My wife." Eleanor's grip on the shotgun loosened slightly. "I'm sorry. 3 years ago. Left me with 3 daughters and no idea how to raise them." He met her eyes. "I've been failing at it ever since." She didn't know what to say to that. "I came down from the valley looking for help," Gideon continued. "I've tried hiring governesses, tutors, housekeepers. None of them stay. The valley's too remote. The winters are too hard. The girls are too—" He paused. "Grieving." "Why are you telling me this?" "Because I think you need help too." Eleanor laughed, sharp and bitter. "I don't need anything from you." "Yes, you do." He nodded toward the cabin. "When he dies, what happens to you?" "That's none of your business. Silas Boone happens to you." She froze. Gideon's expression didn't change. "I saw him leaving the other day. Recognized him from town. Everyone knows what kind of man he is. If you're here to make the same offer, I'm not." He pulled something from his coat, a small leather pouch. $500. Enough to clear your father's debt and pay for a proper burial. Eleanor stared at the pouch like it might explode. What's the catch? Marry me. There it was again. She took a step back. I don't even know you. I know. You're a stranger. I know. This is insane. I know. Gideon didn't smile, didn't try to charm her, just stood there, exhausted and desperate and brutally honest. I need someone to help raise my daughters. You need money to survive. We can help each other. By getting married. It wouldn't be that kind of marriage. He looked uncomfortable. Separate rooms, no expectations. You'd have your space, your freedom. If you hated it, you could leave come spring. Why would I believe you? Because I don't have the energy to lie anymore. The wind howled between them. Eleanor's mind raced. This was insane, completely insane. Marrying a man she didn't know, moving to some hidden valley, raising children who weren't hers. Everything about it screamed mistake, but the alternative was Silas. And Silas wasn't offering separate rooms or freedom or the option to leave. I need to think about it,